Yo, what's up? This is T. Welcome back to my channel. Coach T's Hard Knocks School of Business, where business knowledge meets street knowledge, baby. That's right, where business knowledge meets street knowledge. If you haven't done it already, you know what to do. That's right, if you haven't done it already, you know what to do. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. That's right, like this video. Subscribe to this channel. Listen, today we're talking about one of my favorite subjects. We're talking about one of my favorite subjects. That's right. We're talking about the business plan, but not just the business plan. We're talking about one of the fundamental elements of a business plan. That's right. We're talking about one of the fundamental elements of a business plan. Listen, check this out. You already know you cannot have a business without a business plan, and you cannot have a business plan without a vision. We're talking about one of the fundamental elements of a business plan. And today, baby, we're talking about a vision. Listen, I'm telling you, ancient script already said, without a vision, the people perish. You gotta have a vision, baby. You gotta have a vision. And without a vision, you cannot have a business plan. And without a business plan, you cannot have a business. That's guaranteed. You hear me? Let's get into this thing. You say, Terrell, well, what is a vision? How do I know if I have a vision? The vision it encompasses everything, a whole bunch of stuff. You just need to know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're just gonna be out there in a bubble and you're gonna be moving around and not necessarily knowing what you're doing and where you're going. I'm telling you, you want to bring that thing in tight. And then you want to align it in a straight line. Then you want to move in a certain direction. That's right, you want to move in a certain direction. So what's the first thing you want to know about your vision? You got a vision. You want to start a business. What's the first thing you want to know? The first thing you got to know is, what is the business? What is the business? You say you want to start a business, but what business do you want to start? Now you say, Terrell, you being silly. You being silly out there. No, man, I'm telling you, you won't believe, and this may include you, but many times I speak to people and they say, hey, I want to start a business. I say, well, what kind of business do you want to start? And they say, I don't know. Listen, I'm telling you, the first thing that you've got to identify in your vision for your business is, what kind of business do you want to be in? I'm telling you, I don't believe that there's a business out there that cannot be successful. Okay, I can remember being a kid back in the late 70s, early 80s, and I can remember when football players and basketball players were idolized by young bucks in my neighborhood, including myself. But my mama always told me, she said, T, you can't become a football player. You can become a football player, but you gotta have something else you want to do. Okay? You gotta have your goals set on something else. You see, that was at a time when playing professional sports really didn't pay a whole lot of money. You got NBA players coming out right now, starting out with guaranteed contracts. I don't know what the guarantee is. Maybe $1 million, $2 million, something like that a year. You know what I'm saying? Football players wasn't making that kind of money. Matter of fact, coming out right now, football players still don't match basketball player money. So back in the 70s and 80s, it was kind of like, yeah, it's cool and all, but you gotta be a little bit focused, a little bit more focused on something else, because pro sports is not gonna get you there, right? Where I'm going with this is, it wasn't much long after that salaries increased and pro sports really started paying off. Matter of fact, it wasn't much longer after that ESPN came in. That ESPN came in and all they showed was sports. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Okay, so now not only were you getting paid to play sports, you were getting paid to talk about sports. Okay, so what I'm saying is just have the vision. Any kind of business can be successful. Even talking about sports can be successful. Listen, I'm telling you, it's so crazy now that you got people out there, you got cats out there getting paid to play video games, play sports on video games. And then you've got people getting paid to talk about people playing sports on video games. What I'm saying is, all you have to have is a vision. Okay? And understand what your vision is. Right? Listen, so So the first thing when identifying your vision, you've got to ask yourself, what is the business? What business am I talking about? Okay. What business do I want to be in? Then, do I want a big business or a small business? I mean, there are pros and cons to both. Some people say, I want a big business. Okay. I want everybody to know about my business. Right? I don't want a small business. I want to be huge. Right? I mean, for instance, you can even take a law office. You know, now with that said, I mean it takes a different caliber of person to go into that profession. And not necessarily saying that everybody can go into the profession, but I really like talking about businesses that anybody can go into, that anybody can create. So let me come up with something else. Let's just say a T-shirt manufacturer. Somebody who's manufacturing or T-shirt designer, clothing designer. Somebody designs clothes. They start out designing T-shirts. Okay, they're selling T-shirts just in their neighborhood, and then it pops off and somebody else in another neighborhood wants to buy the T-shirt, right? So then before they know it, it's gone statewide, then national, then it's gone international. They're selling T-shirts every 15 to 20 minutes over the internet. And then all of a sudden, every minute they're selling something. They're selling the T-shirt, they're selling a hat, they're selling something over the internet. But they started out with a T-shirt. Now they could have stayed small with a T-shirt. They could have just remained T-shirt vendors. But rather than just remaining T-shirt vendors, they moved over into baseball caps, and they moved over into jeans, then they moved over into suits. They did their thing. They grew their business, right? So that's what I mean by, do you want to be small or do you want to be big? These are some of the questions you've got to ask yourself, because if you start out designing T-shirts, you could stay small. If you want to stay small, you can stay small. I mean, you know, if I went to an HBCU, and the one thing I know about HBCUs is there are a lot of T-shirt vendors. And some of those T-shirt vendors are still vending T-shirts, and some of those T-shirt vendors have elevated their game, and they've taken their game to having the T-shirts placed in stores. But if you just want to remain small and make it a mom and pop shop, you know, a small venue to where you don't really have to, you know, really pay a whole lot of people. You pay your printer and you pay your designer and you buy your shirts. Okay, you can do that, and you can make pretty good money. For instance, I mean, just look at it like this. It's probably over. I think back in the day it was at least 112 HBCUs. Let's just say it's 100 right now, 100 HBCUs, right? And doing it, so that means you got 100 homecomings that you can probably sell. Let's just say 100 T-shirts per homecoming at $20 a T-shirt, right? That's pretty good money, right? I mean, what's 20 times 100 is what, 2,000? So you can make $2,000 on a Saturday, right? And say you can do that at 100 different homecomings. So, well, you probably couldn't do every homecoming because, well, yeah, you probably couldn't do every homecoming. But just say that you were able to sell at 100 different colleges, 100 different football games during the football season, which is not impossible because it's 10 football games going on every day. At least 10 football games going on every day. On every Saturday, and you're selling T-shirts, and you may send, you know, your cousin to sell, or one of your employees to sell at one school here, and you got somebody else selling at the other school. So you may have 10 schools that you're selling at, 10 games you're selling at on a Saturday. It's real easy. You got 10 games, $2,000. You can make $20,000 on a Saturday easily. $20,000 on a Saturday for, let's just say, 10 weeks. You can make $200,000 on during the football season. But that's keeping your business small. That's keeping it small. That's not reaching out. Okay? But what I'm saying is you don't necessarily have to reach out. I'm just saying you just need to understand that if you're going to keep your business small, you're going to keep your business small. If you want to grow your business, you've got to have a plan to grow your business. Otherwise, you're going to remain small. You know, there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things that you can do that you can do to grow your business. There are a lot of things that you do you can keep it at the same level so that you don't have to have big headaches. You know, if you grow your business, the more money you make, the bigger the headache. I mean, that's not it's not rocket science. The more you make, the bigger the headache. That's just the way it's going to be. But if you want the headache, you got to plan for the headache. Now you can minimize the pain. Oh, I just said something. If you want the headache, plan for the headache, but have a vision to minimize the pain. Put that on a t-shirt. Put that on a t-shirt. I'm telling you, you make a killing. Listen, man, there's a lot of things you can do as you grow your business. There's a lot of things that you need to identify with your vision. You know, do you want a big business? Do you want a small business? Even to the point of, do you want to lease vehicles? Or do you want to buy vehicles? There are advantages to it. You know, do you want to ride around? Do you want to ride around town and have your name on the side of a car, or on the side of a truck, or on the side of multiple cars, or side of multiple trucks? There are advantages and there are disadvantages. There are advantages and disadvantages to both. I'm not saying do either. I'm not saying that you should do either one. I'm saying just understand that you have the option to do one or the other. It's going to be tough to say you want a vision to be small and you grow big. It's going to be tough to say you want a vision to grow big and you stay small. You got to understand. You got to have a vision. Again, what I just told you in the very beginning. Ancient script. I didn't even make this up. Ancient script already said, without a vision, the people perish. Just imagine what your business would do. Without a vision, your business will perish. Guaranteed. It's ancient script, man. It's ancient script. I'm not even making this stuff up. Go look it up. I'm telling you, ancient script. Look, so here's another thing that it comes with a vision. Here's another thing that comes with vision. Philanthropy. As a part of your business vision. Do you want your business to become philanthropical? Do you want to make money so you can give money back? Do you want to make money and not give money back? I mean, I'm telling you, again, these are things that you've got to be able to identify initially with your vision of your business, so that when you get down the road and you start making, $300-400 million, and someone asks you to donate to their cause, if you're going to be philanthropical, then you can say, I think philanthropical is a word. Not quite sure. Philanthropical. If it's not a word, say you heard it here on Coach T's School of Hard Knocks, and maybe the corner be turned here. But I don't know. I think it may be a word. Anyway, you get down the road, say you're making $300 million. Okay, and people, when you start making that kind of money, people start coming to you and say, hey, will you donate to my cause? Can you invest into my business? Will you do this? Will you do that? If your vision has been established that you're going to be a philanthropic organization, then you already know what organizations you want to give back to, because you created that in your vision initially. This plan, if you're building into the vision of your business plan that you want to give back to breast cancer awareness, if you want to give back to cancer treatment, when you start making your money, you already know where you're going to be giving money to. But if you're saying, hey, did nobody help me, so I'm not going to help anybody, I don't believe in philanthropy, you already know when people come to you to ask you for money that you're going to say, hey, no, that's not what I do. No, we're not going to give. But at least if you have a vision already set, you'll already know what you're going to say when it happens. Because when you're in that ballroom and someone asks you to give to their charity, you need to know what the standard. You already need to know what the standard response is. Okay, but again, I'm gonna tell you, you've got to have a vision, man. You've got to have a vision. You cannot have a business without a business plan. You cannot have a business plan without a vision. You've got to have a vision, man. If you need help establishing your business plan, go to my website, TerodRobinson.com. Sign up for a 30-minute consult, and we can talk business plans all day. Well, we can talk for 30 minutes. If all you really want to do is come up with a vision, go to my website, TerodRobinson.com, and sign up for a 30-minute consult, and we can talk vision for 30 minutes. I mean, I'm sure in 30 minutes we can get as much vision as you're going to probably need. Well, we're going to get enough for you to get started. So here's the deal. Nothing else. Go to Amazon.com and pick up my book, The Best Idea I Ever Had Right Now. I believe that it is the best entrepreneurial book that's out there. It's the best small business book that's out there. Terod Robinson on Amazon. Amazon.com. It's called The Best Idea I Ever Had Right Now.